Voice check. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Apologies for not being very well prepared today. Alright, yeah. But yep, I am. This is the first, 1 second, let me mute myself on my kind of my other device, that other one I'm using for keeping an eye on the chat and stuff. Alright, so this is the first stream back since winter break, and this is the first one that I've done in a while that is actually going to be working on some stuff for the game. So, hopefully it's good. We got some fairly basic stuff to do today. So we've changed quite a bit of stuff. I'll show you guys eventually, but currently, like I said, I'm not very well prepared today. I'm trying to get back into, figuring out how to do this again. Also, I hope everyone had a good break, but I will try to show that stuff off later. There's been some major changes. The monsters have been changed, which actually I'm not very good at character art, but I actually did the models for the monsters, which we'll probably do a stream on anyways, because I'm gonna probably be refining them eventually. There's one part about them in particular that I'm not a fan of. Well, one part in particular that I think can be improved, I'll say. Alrighty, let's see. So, but in the meantime, we're working on walls. and the stuff that connects to them. So, nothing horribly complicated. It's also something, most of the details are going to be done in texture. So, like this, for instance, is done. Super simple. What's going to get more complicated is that I'm going to be making doors, windows, and the like. And they're going to be cut into the walls, and I plan to fuse them together, kind of. There's probably some stuff I'm going to have to tweak, and I'll have to talk with our level designer to make sure that I have everything working as they want. But in the meantime, we're just going to do some quick modeling. And yeah, no, that's fine. I do have some dimensions. I also have some references that they have given, which I will follow roughly. If I pull up, I have a Word doc that I copied all the notes to, which is, here's the first dimensions I used. So walls, we have ones for classrooms, hallways, libraries, teachers' offices, and yes. Currently, we're not doing any of these other details that are kind of like here, which are actually described in the sheet. Basically, wall with slot for double doors, and then we'll also make the double doors because, well, they need the slot. Then we also have wall, and we're gonna get the stylized arched windows. I'm debating what size I want to do them. I might do 2 sizes. I'll keep them fairly similar in design. What I'll probably do is I'll kind of do like these similar-ish, at least the windows. Again, the front stuff, I'm not going to touch the front stuff for now, because I want to make sure that I'm spending my time wisely, while also, am I unmuted? Sorry, I get paranoid. Just had to double check. So, I want to make sure I'm spending my time wisely, because both me and a bunch of our teammates did work. Actually, essentially every teammate did work that didn't end up getting used. And for good reason with some of it. Like some of my models. I'm trying to think. I know there were some of my models. Oh, I don't like the fact that there's vocals. I was trying to do music without vocals. Oh, that's another thing. I forgot to. That's distracting. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Sound should be back. And it shouldn't be. There should be no more vocals. Okay, let me swap back to the Google Docs, and then I will swap back to display capture. Alright. So, stylized art. So, yeah. Which, our next meeting should be on Wednesday, luckily. Unless something's going on Wednesday that I don't remember, but I don't think so. So, anyways. Basically, we're gonna get a wall with double doors, single doors. I am gonna use this arch design for this. I'm gonna kind of probably combine these two, I think. Oh, actually, that's kind of what they suggest. For some reason, I thought they were like, I struggle with my lefts and rights. So when I saw right, I was thinking store. I didn't realize I was talking about this. Yeah, I can do that. I can figure it out. So the doors are probably going to be most of the time. I want to get the doors first. Windows, I'll do last, and I don't know if I'll get to today. I might stream again tomorrow and do that then. Partially because yeah, I have some other things I need to work on tonight. What else? Slot for double doors. Probably could just use the same doors. I think I'll do this, keep the same doors for now, and then I can see if they want an alternative later. Okay, basically single door. Yeah, I think for now, we're gonna do the single door and the double doors. Now, knowing the size of our monsters, I'm very tempted to show you guys now. I want to double check that that's okay, something I'm okay with showing first though, because, well, don't know if we want to surprise people or not. I'm going to assume this should be a singular panel. If needed, I can break it apart into 4 panels. But in the meantime, I can mess up and forget how to use Maya. Oh no. Oh no. I've been using Houdini lately. I've been using Houdini lately, and I haven't been using Maya at all recently. So I apologize if I am multi-game. So what I'm gonna do for now, we're gonna try some. You know what? Let's get the door shape first. We're gonna get this door shape first, then we'll cut it in. I think that'll be easier than trying to stuff. I can delete this actually. I don't need that if I'm doing the door first. So what I want, I'm thinking. And we're gonna keep the doors the same thickness as the walls, I think. I mean, because what I want to do here, no, sorry. No, never mind, I'm fine with what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a frame around it. And actually with that in mind, I don't know what thickness the frame should be. Okay, we're gonna take a test with something. Let's middle, so this is 100. So let's go. Oh, 20 is thick. Like let's say I pull this out just a titch. Doesn't need to be much. And this is the double doors, right? So this is actually going to be between. Well, actually, this is already. Did I ask what size the doors should be? 1 second. I'm really floundering. I'm sorry. I had the idea that because I knew I needed to work on this, and I told my team I'd work on this tonight. And then I had the idea that I should probably stream it so I can continue working on my part for that, since I'm supposed to. Which I need to see if I can't tell my professors about this, so that way I can get it more well known. Let's see. But yeah, I kind of didn't think about looking into this stuff right before. I'm gonna design the doors. I'm gonna make it so they can be. I'm gonna keep my steps. Actually, really quick, let's save scene as biscuits. Give me a moment. It's being temperamental as a. Actually, wait 1 second. Can I just? Hey, we did it. Walls underscore 001. Ooh. Walls. I'm hoping I'll know what that means. I'll, because it's the stuff that's inset into the walls. All right. What did I? How did I snap it like that? Okay, for now, let's do this. This might need to be 250. Also, this needs to be on baseline. I need it to sit on the floor. I'm gonna set this to baseline as well, actually. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that seems like a bad idea. Okay. Next, we need this. Wrong dimension. I forgot that it's sideways. Because what I'm thinking is having, so let's get this cut off. We don't need that. I think actually this should be as simple to get the one details. We need the door handles, the knockers. We'll probably do a simplified knocker for now. And I'll look at some references, but like the little dots, that should be fairly easy to do. Okay, back into Maya. I wonder if I should have this slightly smaller. Would it be a bad idea to stretch it taller? Yes, absolutely a bad idea. Okay. Okay, that should be good. So now what we need to do is mesh. Oh wait, no. So we don't have any issues, because I've dealt with those issues before. That, mesh, combine, merge vertices. And for now, I'm gonna keep them I'm gonna keep them combined like this. We will separate them in a moment. Okay, we're gonna duplicate this, push this off to the side. Pieces. Okay, we don't want to touch them, so they're... That feels weird because this is literally just a big rectangle, or it's just a prism. What's this? What's it called? A rectangular prism, I think it is. A box. It's a box. It's just a box. That's the right term that I'm looking for. All right, so now I think I might be able to do the windows. Cause yeah, all I need is those. Oh, I need to do a single door as well. Okay, let's see. Single door. So we have this. Can I cannibalize my previous model? It wasn't a bad model. One second. File save scene as 2. I know I've only done like a little bit, but file. Open scene. Let's get the door. I kind of want to cannibalize it. Ooh, it might have been a little thick. Where did I put the door? It's gonna be in D's. Sorry, I'm not very good with the alphabet either, apparently. I think this still is good. The issue I think we might have is the thickness. I think the handles are good. Let's measure it. Let's measure things. Turn into a little plush thing. I'm gonna copy this. Control C. File, open, scene. Walls and insets. Can I delete this one? No. Okay, that's fine. I'll delete it later. Oh, it's the exact thickness. I do think there's stuff we can change on it. But for now, I think we're going to keep this off to the side because I think it is a useful model. Yeah, these are like massive doors. This is like a human-sized door. I might even want to... Wait, I wonder... It looks kind of weird, but I think it could be useful. Okay. Why can't I... biscuits. Okay. So I want it to be copied on both sides. So what I might do... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut along here. Sphere. And it doesn't need to be anything super high detail. I need my lines though. Give me my lines. Okay, so it's basically multiple rows of these little circles. I feel like the doors are too big. How do I detach again? Is it detach components? Yes. Okay. Object. Excuse me. Sorry. Separate. What do you mean you can't separate? There we go. That was... What did I try doing? I don't know what happened. That was weird. Oh, cylinder sphere. Let's make you bigger. I want you visible. We're gonna change. We actually only need. Well, let's first of all. We don't need very many subdivisions. I think something like this. I think I do want a little more. Not that one. It's this. Do I even need that many? 12 maybe? I mean, we've changed the graphics so much that I think I can get away with 12, but I kind of want to go for 16. I regret that, but we're doing 16. Actually, well, 1 second. I think we're gonna do 12 for this. That's not important. Okay. Actually, what I could do. Ooh, what I could do. Because I'm. 1 second. I need them to be two separate things eventually, anyways. So what I can do is this. I do think they're gonna need this little. I'm gonna wait to mirror it, and then I'll separate them again. But that was a Control Shift D. Control D. 1 second. Let me remember how to do this. Control D. Control Shift D. No, what is? Haha! Success. They seem like they're evenly spaced, actually, along the door. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do some math instead. Okay, we're going to shrink them down a little more. Okay, we're going to do 8 by 8 with a 3 in depth, maybe? How's that look? They're probably more bulbous. 4 in depth? 4 seems good. Ah, this feels so too high detailed. Especially because it's so small. No, but it's going to appear so big to the player. No, this is good. Okay, so this is... It was 100, it was 1 meter, right? 1 meter. Ooh, the frame. How do I get a good frame? I'm thinking maybe 15? So... How many inches would that be? 100 is a meter. So 50... How many inches are in a meter? Actually, we can look at Google Maps. Oh, I was trying to see if I could pull it up on Google Docs on here. How many inches in a meter? 39 point. So let's say we do 0.15. How many inches is that? That's a lot of inches. That's half a foot. 0.1. How does that seem? Because I want this frame to be part of the wall. I'm thinking. Do I need a frame? Most doors that I've... One second. Door. I'm just gonna look up door. Images. Got a frame. Some sort of frame. Some sort of frame. Some sort of frame. Most of these I'm seeing have some sort of frame, at least the ones that are... Here, can I do door in wall? That one doesn't have a frame. Then again, that one seems a little strange. It looks off-putting. Okay, they don't always have frames, but usually when they don't have frames, they're trying to like hide them, it seems. That one has a frame. It sticks out a little bit too. I think, I can't tell. I'm giving it a frame. It feels like it should have a frame, and I'm giving it a frame. Okay, I think what I'm gonna have to do is create some mock-ups. We're not gonna make it go into any big depth. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, not about the frame thing, but this can be mirrored in engine. It does not need to be mirrored outside of engine. Is that the wrap? Alright, so we have two on. We're gonna give it a small frame. I think 5% might even. Give me a moment. I've got a measuring tape and I've got a door frame that I can look at. Alright, so we have. It was a little more than 2 inches what I measured. This feels like it could be thicker, so I think 5% is I'm gonna do 10%. As a frame. That might not be the right choice, but it's the choice I'm making. Ooh, and then we'll cut across here. Something's off. No, it's not. Sorry. So 90. Let's do 5. Ugh, that feels too thick. I don't know. I'm very indecisive. Yeah, we're gonna get some mock-ups made. So it's gonna be, we're gonna make some mock-ups. We're gonna get them put in. And then we're going to, yeah. Okay, sorry. I've got my plan. Because one of my concerns is just not right. I don't know. $250. And then we're gonna cut these out. We're gonna actually make them one big piece. What I can do is, one second. Apologies for having all my indecisiveness on display. I guess that's with how most of my streams have been. Face. Why does this music sound Christmassy? That is going to be, I want this edge because I want it to be able to line up. Something to line up. Okay, now, we are going to need to delete these inside faces, because that's going to connect to the frame, which is going to be thicker. For now, we are going to leave that, we're going to ignore it. Now let's take the frame. That was a bad idea. No, it wasn't. It was perfect. We're going to extrude it. We're going to extrude it by just a titch. Like, that much. I don't know how much that is. I want a specific number. I'm a little particular about my numbers. So like 2? 2 seems really nice. So it's 20% thicker. No, 40% thicker, I think, would be actually it. Yeah, that looks like about 40%. That's fine. So there's this. We're going to remove this door eventually, but for now that's gonna just sit there. Or we're gonna remove it from the frame that we just made. How do double doors like this work? Boy, that confused me. And then we could also, this would be a good way to design the knockers. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna get the doors, we're gonna get the knockers. Yes, okay. What size is this? 8? We need center. Center is, move this to 0 for now. We're gonna do 240. 90. So let's do some math. 5, why is this so big? I don't need such a big there. It always makes, I think it's when I open like certain games like StarCraft or XCOM, it messes with things. Why is that sticking out? Shouldn't that be the exact same? That was actually accidental of it being the exact same, but it should have. But it looks like it's sticking out. Alright, no, 2, 3, why am I struggling? How do I use it? Okay. So 5, we have 90 distance every 18. Every 18, so let's try this. This is assuming we want 5, we might not. So let's do every other 9, so 90, we got 81. We then have 81 minus 18, that's 63. 45. 27. What? I said 27. This is not cooperating. And 9. Sorry, negative 9. I'm doing it on the wrong side. I should be doing it on the other side, honestly, but I decided this side was the side I wanted to work from. Looks reasonable. It might even be a little bit wider, but yeah, okay. Now we're going to kind of equally space them out downwards. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? Sure. Apologies. Something I want to do, because I know I'm not going to be doing the UVing, but I can make it easier. And I want to create automatic. Really? That's the automatic? You can't just... Okay, move and sew. Unfold. Let's grab... Edge. UV2 cut, there we go. Cut. No, align. Arrange? Orient edges, there we go. So I'm gonna do this, and that way each time it's duplicated, it'll have that exact same UV. Even if it gets moved around, it'll still share that exact same UV, so it can be, well, unless they mess up the UVs, but it should be fairly easy to restack it, get them all facing this, going the same. What's going on? I'm having so many issues right now. There we go. I really should have put the one thing in pure ref, so I don't have to keep going back and forth between this. It's roughly equal. I do want it, I think it doesn't have to be perfect because we also have the giant arch that's going on top. So I almost would rather it be closer to the top than the bottom, though I still want to rather. Let's see. I'm gonna try something. Just, let's test this. This was not the right numbers for what I was trying to test. let's try. Okay, let's try this. Something's off. Dang it. Duplicate. 50 maybe. Let's try 50 will be 40, 55 would be 20. Let's try. I just knocked some games down. We're gonna try 55, I think. No, 50. We'll go back if we need to, but sorry, I was not doing subtraction. I'm decently okay with that. I do kind of want to try pushing it a little further, but I think okay, let me try. Let me try the one number. The 55. So let's see what it looks like, and well, if I remove the lines, I think the other one would have been better. Luckily, that's not as hard of a fix as yeah. This is fairly easy to trial and error. Kind of wish I was using Houdini. I wish I knew how to do this in Houdini, but if I did, this would be a lot quicker. Alright, that I think I'm happier with. Now, I think we want the handle right above this kind of dot. Maybe like a between. Actually, that's a good idea, in between. I'm doing a pulling motion. I'm imagining. I'm Alright, so yeah, we're gonna combine these spheres and this. We're gonna combine, and voila. Next, we need to look at knockers. I don't know if I'm gonna go for a complicated knocker, but I need some sort of. Well, it's not a knocker. It's a handle. Oh, whoops. I guess it only showed the music. Knocker. Pull handle. I think I'm gonna take inspiration from the knockers actually. I wish I had the skill to do these. think I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I could do something like this. At least the shape, not necessarily all the details, because that's probably best done in ZBrush, which I don't have enough experience with. Is that the Infinity Gauntlet? No, that's just a hand with a ring. That is a very weird looking knocker. I don't think I like this hand. Because it seems like it's blocking. Oh wait, it's holding it. Never mind. The sphere. That's not a doorknob. That's fused with the hand. That's okay. Sorry, I was thinking that the sphere-ish part was part of the, or it was like because it kind of looked like a doorknob. And it looked like the hand was like blocking it, so you'd have to like lift it up so you could like reach to the handle and turn it. No, that is not how it works. I have an idea. This is very simplified. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Wait. Okay, one second. Face. Can I just... One second, I have an idea. Oh, maybe a better idea. Sure, we'll autosave. There we go. There we go. Easy as pie. Mesh display, soften edge. Voila! Alright, sorry. I'm thinking I might need... Yeah, like... You know... Don't worry about it. Did I already make a sphere? I already did. No, wait, that's... Wait, I have another sphere. Why is it? It's like getting duplicated left and right. Okay. I think we're gonna copy the. Well, let's do an actual like 16 by 16. 50. That's massive. 10. Okay. Ooh, negative 18, because we had that 9 rule. It was every 9. Big. How do I fuse? They seem to be bigger, but at the same time, we're working with dimensions that I have. It's slightly different. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this edge, this edge, this edge, and I'm gonna edit edge flow. See if I can't smooth it out. That's not working like I would hope. Maybe I just edit this edge flow first instead of doing multiple at a time. Why does this sound like Minecraft? I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. Mesh display, soften edge. I think I'm gonna rework this. What I've decided is what I need is a very rough model. I don't think it needs to be perfect right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Make a rough model. Make it better later. And then I'm gonna, yeah. That actually looks, because I'm taking some inspiration from, this tower hanger that we used to have in my house. I think this was how it was designed, roughly-ish. It had that, like, bulb that, like, oops, whoops. That bulb that, like, went out and then, like, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is that we're gonna take a torus then, and we're just gonna stick it inside. We're gonna make it big enough. We definitely need to play with these because this is outrageous. Is this the one that I need? Like that, that's perfect. That's great. I'm gonna do 7.5 because this is a massive knocker. Ooh, that actually needs to be a little thicker, I think. Maybe not that thick. It's the midpoint. I'm gonna reduce a little bit because again, I want to. This is already probably a fairly intensive We're also not modeling to smooth. It doesn't need to be high detailed. Bad idea. If I turn this off, how does this look? Not bad. It definitely looks like a massive door. This is probably actually better to go up higher. I think we underestimated our thing. And I think what I might do. Where's my handle? Where's my doorknob? I copied it in here. Did I delete it? Oh, I better not have deleted it. No, I deleted it. Okay, 1 second. File saves. I'm fairly happy with this though. I think we're gonna combine them. We're gonna mirror it, mesh, mirror. We're gonna select this because we need to go in the negative direction for the Z. Ow, dang it. Autosave now, yes. Beautiful. We have our knockers. Oh, that's kind of funny looking when it's smooth. Oh, minus the fact that it's got parts that are like detached. Oh, most of them are detached. Okay. So next order of business is figuring out how to cut this out. And I think it's actually fairly simple. Just do that. Oh, actually, I should just. 1 second. Let's hide these temporarily. Ooh, no, we need these cut. We need these deleted. All right. I think I'm gonna quickly get this done. I think I'm gonna save the second door. I'm gonna make a. I'll just, I might do 200. Can I just deselect the stuff I don't want? Oh, shouldn't these? That needs to be deleted. The others don't. I keep getting distracted. Okay. Okay. Let's double check that we got everything. This needs to be detached as well. Right click detach components and hope it actually detaches. Yes. Next we need to go to object mode and mesh separate. Luckily these are still connected. Okay. Now we can reveal our basic walls again. This and this need to be combined. No, I'm... Okay, we need to isolate this first of all. This should still be bridged, actually. Okay, bridge. Select bridge. Select all this. Deselect that. Deselect. Oh, faces. Delete those. Deselect that edge. Deselect that edge. And bridge. In theory, this should look perfect. So we're gonna take these. We're gonna mesh display, soften it. Oh, wait, we need to select. I almost wonder if I should cut out the... Nah, it's fine. Mesh display. So I'll definitely come back to this. This is not a finished model. I need to talk to our level designer to make sure I'm going about things right. But assuming this is kind of our placeholder. This is what we're going to kind of go for a little bit. I'll probably refine the knocker. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. The single door. There's our single door. We'll add details into it later. I'm not sure what details I want to add yet. I think I'm gonna try to plan more. I might stream again tomorrow. It won't be this. I'll see if I can't find something else to work on that's better. That I can, well, I'll probably see if I can't find like a prop less than a snap kit piece, which is currently, this is like a snap kit piece. Where's our basic wall? Okay, it's there. We're gonna pull this out actually and duplicate it, and then there we go. So there's this. There's our kind of placeholder because I need to make sure this all needs to work with sizes. Actually, what I'm gonna do is we'll quickly do the windows. It's gonna be very basic. We're just gonna get the shapes. Apologies that this wasn't as detailed of a stream as past, but sometimes it's needs to be that way. So I think windows, we can have a circular one. Let's do tens. This and this needs to be like, I think we're gonna go 80 for our one, for our circular window. So there's one, and then as with the doors, I would like a frame. And so 80, we did 80 on this. We'll do we're gonna do a slightly smaller frame, so 7.5. And then we're gonna take these edges and extrude them by 2. There's our one window. Next, we're gonna do one we'll do 60. That feels a little thick still, but we'll worry about it. Ooh, actually, the window itself, sorry, this is supposed to be a window. This is way too thick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my one thing? Scale. Let's do 1 second. Or let's just scale it a little bit, and then we'll undo. Oh, I should have auto-saved. That was stupid of me. Okay, scale. Alright, let's see. Why is something's going on? I'm gonna do the opposite scaling. Okay, so that middle one is just for some reason kept ending up there. So we're gonna set this to like 0.9. It can be very thin. In all honesty, yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I was thinking. And actually, no. In all honesty, I want this separate. So we're gonna do 2 doors. I'm gonna make, or 2 windows, and then yeah, one of them will be. So we'll set this to no, sorry, this to 1. It does not need to be thick at all. This needs to be smoothed. I'm unhappy with it not being smoothed. Mesh display, soften edge. There we go. There's our first window. Which actually, I'm basically making the frame. Sorry, I need to think ahead of this now that I'm realizing that. Because otherwise, I could actually, one second. I can delete these edges. I can save up on geometry. Which, geometry is fairly cheap. At least that's what I've been told. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this be a piece. Okay, one second. Duplicate. We're going to put this off to the side. And we're gonna turn this into a piece. This was not the one I should have put off to the side. Okay, you go off to the side. You snap up. Because you are the second piece of the mirror. Which... Okay, here's my thought. We take a cylinder. I'm gonna attempt this first. Oh no, it needs to be 14, sorry. Well, I also scaled the wrong thing. I almost think 75 might be better. So we're using, the one is our unit, this is our unit rectangle. I'm gonna use 5, sorry, 5 is actually gonna be the thickness for the window frames. Why is this not? Okay. So 60, 60. So this is actually gonna be, no, actually we need this to be 120. No, 120. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna scale these down just a tad to make this a little bit pointier. So we're gonna go boom, boom. I'm gonna see how this looks. Maybe make it a little pointier? Or a little smoother, I mean. Does this one not have a cut? I should put a cut in the middle. What is this? Oh, I know what it is. Was this also off? Oh, this is also probably, yep. Because I keep grabbing from the middle. Alright, that's a good window shape. So a mesh, combine. And I think for the window itself, I have a plan for that. But we're going to combine, we're going to merge vertices. We are then going to take the faces here and here, and we're going to offset by, I think it was 5 I wanted. Something went wrong. Extrude. Offset. Okay, that was weird. There's our thing. What we're also going to do is I want it to be in line with that, so we're going to move that up a little bit. And then we can actually delete that. And last but not least, we just bridge these. Bridge these. Make sure these and these are softened. Soften edge. And beautiful. There's our oh. This and this mesh display soften edge. This mesh display harden edge. So those are our two windows. We actually don't even need this, I don't think. We're gonna keep it just cause, but this is what I'm going to show. You know what I'm gonna do? I've putting in all the frames. We're gonna take this and put in a frame. Just cause we've been doing it with everything else. So mesh display, not mesh display. Offset. I think these ones were 10, and I think for doors that's perfectly reasonable. What isn't reasonable is having the door lifted up off the ground like that. So we're going to delete these, take these, snap them to the ground, take the edges, unselect both of those, and bridge them. Next we're going to take boom, 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 offset, not offset, thickness, 2. Beautiful, we're done. There's our 2 doors, there's our 2 windows. I'm prepared to shut them off, and I think I'm going to end here. I know this was a quick stream. I hope to stream some more, and I plan to throughout the semester. I'm excited for when the Steam page goes up. Once that goes up, I'm so excited to just. I'm gonna create a post about it. I'm gonna tell you guys on stream, and I think I'll even play the beta, because I think it's gonna be an open beta, if I remember correctly. I have to remember. I don't remember entirely. And so, either way, I'm so excited to. And so I'll probably play it on stream. Well, as per usual, I'll show off the sprint milestones on stream. And so, I am going to save this, save scene as 3. We're going to go to the lovely image that I have set up for when nothing's showing. And I'm going to bid you all adieu. Have a good day, everyone. Or nights at this point, well, depends on where you are. Have a good whatever time of day it is for you.